Hi guys, this is Fiona. I run the Rabbit Room small animal boarding here in Dublin and I care for hundreds of rabbits every year. My customers call me the Rabbit Whisperer. So today I wanted to talk to you about whether you should neuter your rabbit. This is a question that I get asked a lot. So the answer to this question depends on quite a lot of things, such as what gender is your rabbit and how many rabbits do you actually have. So if you only have one rabbit, it really depends on the sex as to whether you really need to get them neutered or whether you want to get them neutered. Female rabbits are really prone to reproductive cancer. Something like 80% of female rabbits by age 3 or 4 will develop reproductive cancer such as ovarian cancer. This can be eliminated by them being neutered, so female rabbits should always be spayed. Rabbits can live for 8 or 10 years or even more, so you're really expanding their lifespan by getting them neutered. Female rabbits are also very prone to territorial behaviour such as lunging and biting, so if you put your hand into the cage and your rabbit starts attacking you, this is more than likely down to hormones. I often hear people complain that their rabbits have had a personality transplant, but really what's happened is that their hormones have kicked in at kind of age 4 or 5 months, and actually neutering them will actually eliminate those behaviours normally. Male rabbits are not as prone to reproductive cancers as females are. They do get sometimes things like testicular cancers, but it's really, really rare. So with male rabbits, you don't have to get them neutered in the same way as it would be recommended to get females done. Sometimes they can be prone to territorial behaviours as well, such as spraying urine up the walls or being territorial or aggressive in their cages and lunging like the females do. But it's less common, and you have to weigh that up against the risk of an anaesthetic if you decide to neuter them to eliminate this behaviour. With regard to the risk of an anaesthetic, the risk of an anaesthetic is much less if you use a rabbit savvy vet. It's really good if you can get a recommendation for a rabbit savvy vet from somebody else who's used it, and sometimes the vet themselves will tell you if they're not very used to neutering rabbits or dealing with rabbits at all. Some vets don't see very many rabbits and so don't have the experience to do the neutering or don't feel comfortable doing the neutering, especially if it's a female. Here in Ireland, rabbits aren't covered very much in the mainstream vet courses, and the vets need to do extra courses if they want to specialise in dealing with rabbits, which are considered exotic pets. And if a vet doesn't very often see rabbits, they may not see the need to do the extra courses. On that note as well, a rabbit savvy vet will never tell you to fast your rabbit before they go in for any kind of anaesthetic. Unlike other types of pets like dogs and cats, rabbits can't actually vomit and they need to be constantly eating and their gut constantly moving. Therefore, fasting them before an anaesthetic is actually quite dangerous. So my recommendation to you, if your rabbit is being neutered, is to actually feed them up well the night before and the morning of their surgery, and then pack them off with a packed lunch for the vets with their favourite treats, as well as pellets, hay and some vegetables. If you have 2 rabbits, then neutering is essential. If you get 2 rabbits together as babies, as soon as you bring them home, ring the vet and ask them how early they will neuter rabbits, and then book them in. This is because baby rabbits will always get on, but even if they're the same sex, they're very likely to fall out as the hormones kick in at between 4 and 6 months of age. If you have 2 rabbits that are different sexes, then at 10 weeks of age you need to separate them, wait until they are neutered, and then wait 8 weeks before rebonding them together so that they can live together in harmony. They can get pregnant really young, from around 10 to 12 weeks, so it's really essential that you do this. If you have 2 baby rabbits that are the same sex, then absolutely they need to be neutered as soon as possible also, but you may be lucky and may be able to keep them together until you can get them neutered, but only if you get them neutered as early as you possibly can. This is because the hormones normally kick in at around 4 months of age, and most rabbits will fall out because of the territorial feelings they are having at that stage. It doesn't matter whether they're males or females, although males are more likely to fall out before they actually can get neutered. Here at the Rabbit Rooms I offer a bonding service, and a lot of the bonding that I do is actually rebonds of rabbits that have fallen out before they could be neutered, and most of them are male pairs. There is a small chance that a pair of females will live together in harmony forever without being neutered, but it's very unlikely. And unfortunately, sometimes they can fall out just very suddenly. Sometimes you see a build up to it where they're chasing and mounting each other a little bit or nipping each other, and sometimes they can just fall out all of a sudden one day with no warning whatsoever. Obviously they can do an awful lot of damage to each other with the fighting, but also they are like elephants. They are worse than elephants. They really bear a grudge, and once they've had a fight they find it very difficult to get over because the trust is broken between them. So really, if you can get them neutered before that happens and avoid that happening at all, that is your best chance for success of having 2 rabbits living in harmony.